All right, Shalom. First and foremost, I want to give all honor and glory to Yahweh, Bashim Yahshua, HaVachacharash, upon honors to apostles, the great millstone, and salutations to the elect, which we hope to be. It's your brother Hawakian. Got a quick lesson for you Negroes, Latinos, Native American Indians, and Israelites about the shame of looking like heathens. The Spirit bear witness that they are a child of Heavenly Father. And the name of Heavenly Father is Yahweh, who the world only calls Jehovah, or God, or Yahweh. And our name, Heavenly Son, is Yahweh Shai, who the world only calls Jesus Christ, or Jesus Christos, Yeshua. I got a quick lesson, and you know, just come out, y'all know, so spirits, Holy Spirit, like believe it or not, and like every year, brothers do uh, New Year's Eve, of New Year's Eve, the year of New Year's Eve, or something like that of destruction. You know what I'm saying? Bad memories, but you know, New Year's Eve of destruction. You know what I'm saying? Because you know, people are gonna be counting down. Like they always doing stuff all across the world and whatnot. And you know, uh, uh, you know, they're gonna be coming down. You know, the little balls and whatnot and stuff from the tallest building to bring in the new year and whatnot and stuff, right? So I got a couple of scriptures. You know what I'm saying? Which that is a false celebration. That is not a celebration of Yahweh Bashim Yahshai, but it's a celebration stuff onto Satan to destroy you and keep you deceived. So this is, I'm gonna start off with Genesis chapter 1 verse 14. It says, and Elohim said, let there be lights in the firmament of the heaven. It says to divide the day from the night, and let them be for signs and for seasons and for days and years. And let there be lights in the firmament. It says of the heaven. It says to give light upon the earth, and it was so. So besides the sun and the moon and stuff, it's like, let me keep reading, verse 16. It says, uh, uh, and Elohim made two great lights, the greater light to rule the day, and the lesser light to rule the night. It says he made the stars also, right, and pretty much, you know, the sun and the moon, right, and then when you know, it's also other light, you know, before the sun and the moon and stuff was actually created. So, or have its ordinances, right? And the thing is that were created. So, uh, uh, as you can see in verse 14, it says, uh, it says, let them be for signs and for seasons and for days and years, right? So we know that light is used and stuff to track time. You know what I'm saying? That's why you got a lunar calendar. You know what I'm saying? Calendars and stuff that's based off the moon, right? Uh, and then you also had the sundials and whatnot and stuff, right? But they tell time. You know what I'm saying? You know, right? So this is Exodus chapter 12, verse 1. It says, and the Lord Yahweh Shai spake unto Moses and Aaron in the land of Egypt, saying, this month shall be unto you the beginning of months. It shall be the first month of the year to you, right? Right? The first month, right? And uh, which is actually the spring, because when you read Exodus 12, it's the time of the Passover, which was in the springtime. You see, right? So this is Songs of Solomon. There's going to be examples. This Songs of Solomon, chapter 2, and verse 11. It says, "For lo, the winter is past." It says, "The rain is over and gone." It says, "The flowers appear on the earth." It says, "The spring," and I mean, it's like it says, right? Flowers appear on the earth and whatnot and stuff. So what time and stuff start when things start to bud again? You know what I'm saying? You know, right? What season and stuff when things starts to bud again and stuff? Because right now it's supposed to be a new year, But you look at all the trees and whatnot and stuff, it ain't no bud. You know what I'm saying? Right? The when the leaves start growing again. You know what I'm saying? Or even if it's fruits, where the fruits start growing again. Because even a lot of the few trees and stuff that bear some type of fruit, 'cause, each time you get them all. But when it's like fruit, smashed fruit all over the ground and stuff, because people been stepping on them or riding their bikes in it. You know what I'm saying? Uh, do you see those fruits and stuff on the trees? You see them hanging on the trees. You know what I'm saying? I remember it's near Midway, the Orange Line, and like as it's a pizza spot and stuff. Me and the brothers would go to, and there's a tree because I ride my bike with the food. I go down there because they do good with the barbecue chicken. You know what I'm saying? And the pieces. You know what I'm saying? With the various combinations that they had. This car joint, right? It was beautiful and stuff because they was able to see Southern Kingdom and Northern Kingdom stuff together in harmony instead of on some prejudice bullshit and stuff as they usually do. So, and they even learned the scriptures. But anyways, I saw a tree. Now this is when it was hot. I saw this tree and stuff, and it was like, oh, a pear. You know, because I ain't necessarily like look up certain how fruits and stuff, how they grow and whatnot. You know what I'm saying? But when I saw a pear hanging from the tree, I was like, oh, look at that. But then when it came down to winter, because I was doing delivery jobs, when it came down to the winter, uh, uh, when it came down to the winter, those jobs, I mean, it's like those walk past. I mean, I ride my bike and stuff past that tree again and stuff, and I didn't see it. You know what I'm saying? The little certain when they bear fruit, you don't when certain trees or bushes when they bear fruit, you don't see it and stuff at that period of time, right? And what happens in that period of time? Usually they get harvested, but if it's still wild and whatnot, the animals get to it. You know what I'm saying? And if there's still some left over and stuff, they drop and they fall and they rot away. You know what I'm saying? Because it's winter, nothing growing here. You see, right? So what is really New Year's? When everything grows again, not when everything is in hibernation or when shit is cold, right? So this Psalms of Solomon, chapter 2 and 12, it says the flowers appear on the earth, right? So when do flowers start appearing? In the spring. It says in the spring, then it goes into the summer. You know what I'm saying? This cycle and stuff, it is a while. And it says the time of the singing of birds is come, and the voice of the turtle is heard in our land. It says the fig tree putteth forth her green figs, right? It says and the vines with the tender grape give a good smell. Arise, my love, my fair one, and come away. Right? This is acknowledgement, you know, dealing with our Lord's people. So when it comes down to it, it's like this. The Lord is using the similitude and stuff of when the seasons change, right? But everything begins in the spring. You see, everything begins in the spring. So wouldn't that be a new year, right? So this is Jeremiah. These are just examples. This is Jeremiah 8:7. It says, yea, the stork in the heaven knoweth her appointed times. It says, and a turtle and a crane and a swallow observe the time of their coming. It says, but my people know not the judgment of the Lord. So when it comes down to certain birds, don't they migrate Why are they migrating and stuff? Well, with this 5G and stuff, it got the birds confused or dead, right? Different 5G towers going into 6G towers, so on and so forth. I remember a commercial and stuff was talking about 10G. You know what I'm saying? But it's really going towards like uh, iPads and whatnot and stuff, right? But I say it like this: when it comes down to like the geese, I know sometimes the geese be confused too. You know what I'm saying? But it wasn't like that. You would see the geese and stuff come in the spring. You know what I'm saying? They'll be around the stuff in the summer. You know what I'm saying? But by like fall, late fall and stuff, and when it come down to when winter stuff comes start coming close and stuff, they go into other areas and stuff. You know what I'm saying? They're migrating. Why is that and stuff? So they can be in warmer areas and stuff so they can eat food. You know what I'm saying? Because what food, if they deal with the berries, you know what I'm saying? If they deal with the berries and whatnot, the grass covered up and whatnot by a whole bunch of snow or it's frozen and whatnot and stuff, they got the bodies because they down there like ducks. They got the bodies and stuff to deal with cold temperatures and in the water. You know what I'm saying? Because how their bodies are, that's where you get scuba gear from. And, well, the idea for scuba gear, you know what I'm saying, to stay warm in cold temperatures. But, uh, the, in a way. So when it comes down to it and stuff, all these different animals and stuff, they migrate so they can get food. You know what I'm saying? Where food is more available and whatnot and stuff than it is in the winter and whatnot and stuff. So they go to warmer places. You know what I'm saying? Just found out when it come down to the turtles and stuff, they'll do it for breeding and stuff, but then they'll go into warmer areas. You know what I'm saying? Right? So this is Deuteronomy 26 and 1. It says, and it shall be, well, it's like going back to that Jeremiah 8:7 and stuff. Uh, the animals and stuff, you know what I'm saying, since they linked in with nature and whatnot, right? Because they don't have to deal with technology. So guess what? They more connected than people. Only ones and stuff that really kind of know it, know the signs and whatnot and stuff are usually farmers. You know what I'm saying? And those and stuff who know how to read the stars and whatnot and stuff. And you got like different almanacs and stuff where they show positions of stars, where they show the position of stars and whatnot and stuff. And by the stars, they can tell if it's going to be a good year and stuff for the harvest. You see, right, right. But when they do that and stuff, right, it's for the spring. It's not for the winter. So this is not a new year. This is Deuteronomy 26:1. It says, "And it shall be when thou art come in unto the land," it says, "which the Lord Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahshua thy power giveth thee for inheritance, and possesseth it, and dwelleth therein." It says that thou shalt take of the first of the fruit of the earth, which thou shalt bring of thy land, that the Lord thy power giveth thee, and shalt put it in a basket, and shalt go unto the place which the Lord thy power shall choose to place his name there. Right? So the thing is that in order to have, you know, when it comes down to the land and whatnot and stuff, right? When do you usually do harvest? You do harvest in the summer. You know what I'm saying? So that means that things got to begin to grow in the spring, gets harvest and stuff in the summer, so people can have it and stuff in the fall with the moon, save certain things over and stuff when it comes down to the winter. Now we understand and stuff, there are certain things and stuff that do grow in the winter, you know what I'm saying? But majority of the time, the winter doesn't really bring uh, much fruit. You know what I'm saying, right? Right? Uh, and a matter of facts, matter of facts, when it comes down to the squirrels and whatnot and stuff, what do? The ants, they gather all the food and stuff when it's available. You know what I'm saying? You might see ants and stuff in the summer. You see the little pals and whatnot and stuff. They gather everything and stuff in the summer, but because it's already available and stuff, right? So even they had to wait at a period of time and stuff for things to grow so they can gather and stuff for the winter. You see, but what happens? What happens? That means that it will have to begin in the spring, right? Right. So wouldn't that be a new year? Because right now and stuff, you got hibernation. You know what I'm saying? And if you was really trying to like say if the Esau ain't glean all the fields or take the fruitful trees and stuff and replace them with fruitless trees, if for declaration and whatnot and stuff, right? Uh, uh, um, how much food would you be able to gather and stuff right now? Because it's a new year, right? Well, it's New Year's Eve. You know what I'm saying? Right? And then when once the spring comes and stuff, you'll start seeing stuff grow. You'll see the little nubs and stuff when it comes down to the you'll see those nubs when it come down to the uh, 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 you'll see those nubs when it comes down to the tree branches and whatnot and stuff, whether they grow fruit or leaves, right? 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 You'll see that. Right? So I just wanted to go and stuff into, tis the seasons, right? So I want to go into this because people celebrate New Year's Eve because they waiting for 12 a.m. They waiting for 12 a.m. and uh, and then New Year's Day and stuff also gets celebrated too. But right now, people gonna be up for the next hour and a couple of minutes, all the way to 11:59, ready to throw confetti all over in their cribs or various places that they celebrating this for, right? So this is Exodus. This is Exodus chapter 20, verse 1. It says, "And the Most High spake all these words, saying, I am the Lord thy power, which have brought thee out of the land of Egypt." It says, out of the house of bondage. It says, thou shalt have no other gods before me, right? So when it come down to these uh, uh, when it come down to these false ways, saying that the Lord delight not in uh, uh, false ways that the Lord delight not in. Uh, 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 yeah, when it comes down to these false ways, the Lord delight not in stuff is of another fashion. So guess what? You'll be worshiping another deity and stuff. And what is that? It says, verse 4, it says, thou shalt make unto thee, it says, thou shalt not make unto thee any graven image or any likeness of anything that is in heaven above, or that is in the earth beneath, or that is in the water under the earth. It says, thou shalt not bow down thyself to them, nor serve them. For I, the Lord thy power, am a jealous power, visiting the iniquity of the fathers upon the children, unto the third and fourth generation of them that hate me. You see? And who hate them? The ones who want to follow every other so-called holy day. You know what I'm saying? Every other holy day and whatnot and stuff, saying that Esau has given to keep the people blind. But these are not the holy days of Yahweh Bashem Yahshua. You see? So New Year's Eve will be the day that spring officially comes in. You see? You know, right? When spring comes, that's New Year's Day. When spring officially comes, that's New Year's Day. So what are you doing now? There's no life in this. Everything is hibernating. Everything's asleep. Snow, when it snows and whatnot. I know people hate the snow, but really that's the Lord watering the earth and whatnot and stuff, you see, even though it's cold, you see, right? Right, so this is Jeremiah chapter 10, verse 1. It says, hear ye the word which the Lord speaketh unto you, O house of Israel, Negroes, Latinos, Native Americans, Israelites, outward appearances that of the heathen, right? It says, verse 2, it says, thus saith the Lord, learn not the way of the heathen, and be not dismayed at the signs of heaven. It says, for the heathen are dismayed at them, right? Uh, uh, the red moons, what I'm saying, or when the astrologers and stuff say that the all the planets and stuff that's well known to most people, what I'm saying, is lined up and stuff in that movie Hercules. And when the movie Hercules and stuff, the cartoon, when all those different things and stuff had lined up, when when all of it and stuff had lined up, when all of those lined up and stuff, the Titans was freed and whatnot and stuff, and they was wreaking havoc and stuff upon the planet. What I'm saying, this is why the heathen are scared and stuff, because they know that their judgment, or that Yahweh shine stuff is returning even quicker and quicker, right? So this verse 3, it's good for us, but it's not good for them, right? Us Israelites, it's good for, and then you got 2/3 of Israel that it ain't good for either. You know what I'm saying, right? Because they follow the ways of the heathens. So therefore the Lord is looking upon them as heathens, even though he know that they Israelites, but not all Israel of Israel and stuff. You know what I'm saying? Because there's a lot of Israelites who want the banner of Israel, but they don't want to do what Israelites do. You know what I'm saying? You ain't finessing no one but yourself, right? It says, verse 3, it says, for the customs of the people are vain, right? Customs. Let's get it. It's a word, kakwa, and it says, custom, manner, ordinance, statute, right? A way that they live. It says, for the customs of the people are vain. It says, for one cutteth a tree out of the forest, the work of the hands of the workman. It says, with the axe. So you already know, when you keep reading stuff, it goes into Christmas, which is also a pagan holiday. You know what I'm saying? So even New Year's Eve is pagan, right? So this is Isaiah 65, verse 1. Winter solstice and whatnot and stuff. You know what I'm saying? This shit is going on. So this is Isaiah 65 and 1. Bear with me. All right. It says, I am salt of them that ask not for me. Right? It says, I am found of them that sought me not. It says, I said, behold me unto a nation that was not called by my name. It says, I have spread out my hands all the day unto a rebellious people, which walketh in a way that was not good after their own thoughts. Because remember, the heathen stuff put their holy days onto us and stuff and tried to sit up here and say that it was holy. You know what I'm saying? When there's nothing holy about it. Why? Because it's that their ways and stuff is not of Yahweh Shem Yahshua. And it says, verse 3, it says, a people that provoketh me to anger continually to my face, that sacrifices in gardens, it says, and burning incense upon altars of brick, right? And that goes, like into the churches and whatnot, right? But more than likely and stuff, there's a celebration at some church for, there's some celebration at church, at church, you know what I'm saying, dealing with New Year's Eve, you know what I'm saying, right? And if you notice and stuff, it's been a spirit and stuff to promote these wicked holidays more and more. You know what I'm saying, right? So this is verse 4. It says, which remain among the graves and lodge in the mountains, which eat swine's flesh and broth of abominable things is in their vessels, right? And I remember I was watching one video. Pastor Har was talking about how well, I think it was Pastor Har, or I probably was watching someone else, and going into the fact of how you got a lot of these different nations and stuff who's in these several different religions, where how and these there's in these several different religions and whatnot and stuff, where they're keeping customs that don't have nothing to do with their culture. So Esau has even taken them over. And it also, and yeah, it was Pastor Hart. He was saying that that's how you know that Esau is the one in power. You see, because he's promoting stuff, a lot of this wickedness, right? Like, right. So this is because you got like the the different heathen cultures and whatnot. The different heathen cultures, they're not supposed to. I mean, not supposed to and stuff, but Thanksgiving, Christmas, that even New Year's. You know what I'm saying? That's part of the. Matter of fact, let me see if I can grab it right quick. This is Habakkuk. Um, this Habakkuk 2:15, and it says, "Woe unto him that giveth his neighbor drink, that putteth thy bottle to him, and makest him drunken also, that thou mayest look on their nakedness." You know what I'm saying? Nakedness means shame, and pretty much, that. I should stay back here. It says the so pretty much that goes into their different philosophies and stuff. You know what I'm saying? Because Esau, Edom, what I'm saying, has made the rest of the nations drunk with their philosophies. You know what I'm saying? It wasn't the fact that they was just giving wine and the actual wine and woo to woo to all these different nations. That wine goes into doctrine. You know what I'm saying? So that's why you have every country, almost every country out here and stuff in the world, or or even because this is a melting pot. America's a melting pot. You know what I'm saying? We're all got all types of nations here. The thing is that when it comes down to it, they all, even though it's not part of their culture, they take part in stuff in Babylonian stuff, customs. You see, right? So this going back to Isaiah 65. Isaiah 65, and I think I was at verse 4 again. It says, "Which remain among the graves and lodge in the mountains, which eat swine's flesh and broth of abominable things in their vessels." You know what I'm saying? And this actually going to actual food. You know what I'm saying? Because this is referring to the churches. You know what I'm saying? But then at the same time, it goes into a false custom too, because if the churches they had a ham hocks and whatnot and stuff. Well, if the Bible sit up here and says, "Thou shalt not eat swine's flesh." If you're not supposed to eat swine's flesh, then if you're not supposed to eat swine's flesh, and you eat swine's flesh, then guess what? That is of another doctrine, and if that's of another doctrine, meaning instruction, then that means that you are following another God, and that's what making the Lord jealous. You know what I'm saying? Because He appointed us to be unto Himself. You see, and the thing is that people are worshiping gods and stuff that do not even fucking exist, and customs that are man made. You see, right? The scripture says, "Worship the creature more than the Creator." A lot of people and stuff are worshiping the creature and stuff they created with these false philosophies and celebrations. You see, so this is back in Isaiah 65, verse 5, which says, "Stand by thyself, come not near to me, for I am holier than thou." It says, "These are smoke in my nose, a fire that burneth all the day." So what's the smoke in the nose? Irritation. You see, like say if you was a smoker and stuff, you do the French inhale, or when you smoke and whatnot, and you exhale and stuff, and you blow it out your nose. Next, you rubbing your nose and whatnot and stuff, because the nose, low key, supposed to be moist. I know you felt that shit when, like, the times when you was sick or whatnot, or you was underneath the weather and whatnot, and you know, for some reason stuff, your nostrils will be dry as fuck, and you can feel like all the wind, you know, because the nose is usually moist without it being leaking or having a runny nose and whatnot and stuff. Usually is moist and whatnot, but that dryness and stuff causes the soft tissues to be dry and whatnot, and it will irritate the flesh, the soft tissues, Salaki. You see, it will irritate the soft tissues. You know what I'm saying? So the Lord is saying that people's sacrifices, you know what I'm saying, to these false ways and false celebrations and stuff, you know what I'm saying, it's irritating to the Lord. You see? And it says verse 6, it says, Behold, it is written before me, I will not keep silence, but will recompense into their bosom, in their faces. It says, verse 7, it says, Your iniquities and the iniquities of your fathers together, save the Lord, which have burned incense upon the mountains and blasphemed me upon the hills. It says, and that blasphemy is going into, they speaking evil, you know what I'm saying, of the Lord, speaking evil of his ways and whatnot and stuff, they despising it, you know what I'm saying, right? Uh, uh, It says, it says, it says, blasphemy upon the hills. Therefore, will I measure their former work into their bosom. You know what I'm saying? Meaning their wickedness. So pretty much the Lord is going to repay back the wickedness that they had done with judgment. So this Isaiah 66 verse 1. It says, Thus saith the Lord, the heaven is my throne. It says, and the earth is my footstool. It says, where is the house that ye build unto me? It says, and where is the place of my rest? It says, for, which is also another cut and stuff, that go into these churches and stuff are wrong when you go into these buildings, just like Acts 7 and I think 48. It's either 28 or 48. And it says, verse 2, it says, For all those things have my hands made, and all those things have been, saith the Lord. But to this man will I look, even to him that is poor and of a contrite spirit, and trembleth at my word. These people are not trembling at the Lord's word. So you got some people and stuff trembling for you learning the Lord's word when they ain't doing a goddamn thing. Right? Verse 3, it says, it says, He that killeth an ox is as if he slew a man. It says, He that sacrifices a lamb as if he cut a dog's neck. It says, He that offering a oblation, an oblation is a sacrifice, as if he offered swine's blood, meaning that sacrifice is unclean. It says, He that burneth incense as if he blessed an idol, something ain't real. It says, Yea, they have chosen their own ways, and their soul delight in their abominations. And when it goes into the word abominations, the word because this is right now, I'm gonna say it Ishakwa Waratazah, Shakawatazah, and it says disgusting, that is filthy, especially idolatrous, or concretely an idol, abominable, filth. You see, idol. Idolation, detestable thing. You see, man, the Lord don't like this shit. And it says, verse 4, it says, I also will choose their delusions and will bring their fears upon them. Right? And a lot of people and stuff, they're not gonna be scared. So like I gotta keep checking. A lot of people ain't gonna be scared and stuff. It's like, the Lord ain't gonna be tripping about this and stuff. Well, yeah, he is tripping and stuff. You see? Because guess what? Why are you celebrating? Because to him and stuff, wouldn't it be foolish? Think about it when it comes down to the Lord and stuff. Wouldn't it be foolish? These people and stuff celebrating a brand new year where everything is dead or frozen. You know, if they were searching for food or you further down when the winter and stuff, starts to switch over to the spring and whatnot and stuff. It's like if these people were starving and stuff, then or hungry and whatnot and stuff, how the fuck would they be able to get food when everything is frozen? Does that sound like a new year? No, it don't. It sounds like the end of a year. That's what it sounds like. And people be like, well, no, so like, it doesn't sound like it sound like the beginning stuff has not come yet. You know what I'm saying? Salaki, I had to revise that, right? It says, 'cause people be like, see, he said it was a new year. Nah, ain't nothing beginning. You still got January, and that's supposed to be the brand new year. January, February, March. You know what I'm saying? And in March and stuff is usually when it be cold, wet, and rainy and windy at the same time. And remember and stuff, these days and stuff in December, they was these days in December and stuff, you know what I'm saying? It been quite warm, unseasonably warm. You know what I'm saying, right? So I wouldn't be surprised and stuff if winter conditions and stuff, even in this next year, you know what I'm saying, kind of like, just speaking as a man, I wouldn't be surprised and stuff if it if it like further, you know what I'm saying, than what it's supposed to. You know what I'm saying? Right? So this is Isaiah 66 and 4. It says, I also will choose their delusions and will bring their fears upon them. Because when I called, none did answer. When I spake, they did not hear. It says, but they did evil before my eyes and chose that in which I delighted not. And the Lord doesn't delight in this winter solstice period. You know what I'm saying? As a celebration. So this is this Leviticus 18 and 21. And it says, and thou shalt not let any of thy seed pass through the fire of Molech. It says, neither shalt thou profane the name of thy power. I am the Lord. So you have, this goes into child sacrificing and whatnot, because Jake was most definitely doing that, especially Issachar and whatnot. That's why the the Planned Parenthood building, building and whatnot and stuff, it looked like those Aztec temples. You see, and Gad was in that shit too. You know what I'm saying, going off, right? But this, but it was mostly, Issachar and stuff, the Aztecians and whatnot, and they show you that in a lot of movies. So, passing through the fires, but at the same time and stuff, it's not just your children. Because some people will be like, "Oh, I'm just doing it for the kids, man. I'm just doing it for the kids." That's what they'll say. But at the same time and stuff, if you know that it's a false way that the Lord's going to be displeased with, why would you put your children to death and stuff spiritually? You see, right? Right? That doesn't make any sense. And it's also going to be because of this and stuff. It also because you still a child of the Lord, man. It's always somebody. You still considered a child of the Lord. Uh, uh, you still considered a child of the Lord and whatnot and stuff because you're Israelite. You know what I'm saying? No matter how you look, you're still a child of the Lord, right? So this is Ezekiel, and this goes into different abominations. This is Ezekiel chapter 8, verse 5, right? And it says, so going back to Leviticus 18 and 21 and stuff, you'll be killing yourself and not just your children. You know what I'm saying? Causing them stuff to worship, sacrificing them onto other deities and stuff in a way of living, or the different celebrations and stuff is also another way as well. There are the deities and stuff, the deities and their customs stuff go right along with it. And it's like, well, ain't no blood leaking after me and whatnot, but it's making you spiritually dead. And if you cleave onto things that make you spiritually dead and stuff, then guess what? You got a physical death coming. Just like how Esau, sister of his, says, uh, useless eaters. You know what I'm saying? You know, you will be a spot in the feast days. You know what I'm saying? You know, even though you're not celebrating the true holy days, the thing is that you'll still be a spot because this is what Israel's supposed to do. You know what I'm saying? Right? Right? So this is Ezekiel 8:5. It says, "Then said he unto me, Son of man, lift up thy eyes. Now the way, so, yeah, now the way toward the north. So I lifted up my eyes the way toward the north, and behold, northward at the gate of the altar, this image of jealousy in the entry." You know what I'm saying? You know, so this is a vision that the Lord has given onto Ezekiel. Verse 6, it says, he said furthermore unto me, Son of man, seest thou what they do? It says, even the great abominations that the house of Israel committeth here. It says that I should go far off from my sanctuary, but turn thee yet again, and thou shalt see greater abominations. So over time, guess what? The abominations got worse and worse and worse, right? It says, verse 7, it says, and he brought, it says, it says, and I say it like this: if you celebrate, these wicked ass holidays, you know, what I'm saying, this would be considered a holiday and stuff for New Year's Eve and whatnot and stuff, according to Esau, creation or declaration and whatnot and stuff, right? You'll be a hoe, as it says in or a harlot. You know what I'm saying? You know, and this is what's making the Lord jealous. Verse, because the Lord is married unto us, but we ain't following his ways. Imagine stuff as you in a relationship, you know what I'm saying? You know, to you men, right? Say if you in a relationship and whatnot and stuff, but your girlfriend keep talking about the ways of her ex, or my ex do this, or she try to promote to you what her ex was doing onto you. You gonna be like, you with me now. You know what I'm saying? You with me. So why you keep trying to make me into your boyfriend? He gonna get jealous. Well, when it comes down to the Lord, it's like, well, I'll point to you these things and stuff where I'm gonna bless you. But you keep trying to promote and stuff, these other customs and stuff that ain't gonna do nothing and stuff but cause your own death. You see? It's gonna separate us, you know, push us away from each other and stuff until the breakup come. You see? Right? And then if you're dealing with multiple ones and stuff, because these different holidays, these holy days, a lot of them and stuff really goes into slaughtering our people, man, or going to demonic worship. You see, and you know, and the Lord is for the righteous. He's not for the satanic. You see, so it'd be like spiritual cheating. You know what I'm saying? Because once again, the only ones that can cheat, no, Salaki, the only ones that can be considered cheaters are women, because women are not supposed to uh, 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 have sex with another man. You know what I'm saying, right? Right? Even though a man can have multiple women, but women can have sex with multiple partners, right? Now, when it comes down to us being likened onto a woman because we're married onto Yahushua, wouldn't that be cheating and stuff when you're going outside his way, when he gave you a way and stuff that he made sure he was going to bless you on, right? Yeah, be quick, by 37 stuff to be quick, so where am I? So this, this, verse 7, it says, and he brought me to the door of the court. It says, and when I looked, behold, it says, when I, it says, it says, it says, and he brought me to the door of the court, and when I looked, behold, a hole in the wall. It says, then said he unto me, Son of man, dig now in the wall. And when I had digged in the wall, behold, a door. It says, and he said unto me, go in, and behold, the wicked abominations that they do here. It says, so I went in and saw, and behold, every form of creeping things and abominable beasts and all the idols of the house of Israel portrayed upon the wall round about. It says, and there stood before them 70 men of the ancients of the house of Israel, and in the midst of them stood Jezaniah. It says the son of Shaphan, with every man his censer in his hand. It says, in a thick cloud of incense went up. So they was making sacrifices and stuff onto abominations. You know what I'm saying? You know, burning incense and whatnot and stuff. You see, right? Signs of worship. And it says, verse 12, it says, then said he unto the son, unto me, son of man, hast thou seen what the ancients of the house of Israel do in the dark? It says, every man in the chambers of his imagery. So like it says, for they say, the Lord seeth us not, the Lord hath forsaken the earth. It says, verse 13, it says, he said also unto me, turn thee yet again, thou shalt see greater abominations that they do. So like it. I ain't trying to step in no mud. So this is verse 14. It says, then he brought me to the door of the gate of the Lord's house, which was toward the north. And behold, there sat women weeping for Tammuz, right? And it's the word uh Damawatazah, and it says a Phoenician deity. You know what I'm saying? So they was idol worshiping, right? And it says verse 15, it says, then said he unto me, hast thou seen this, O son of man? Turn thee yet again, and thou shalt see greater abominations than these. It says, and he brought me into the inner court of the Lord's house. It says, and behold, at the door of the temple, it says the altar were about 25 men. It says with their backs toward the temple. It says of the Lord, and their faces toward the east, and they worshiped the sun toward the east. So they was going off even while they was in the temple. And it says, verse 17, it says, then he said unto me, hast thou seen this, O son of man? Is it a light thing to the house of Judah that they commit the abominations which they commit here? It says, for they have filled the land with violence. It says, and have returned to provoke me to anger. It says, and lo, they put the branch to the nose. And when you go to that word, when you go into that word nose, it's the word op, right? Op, right? And it says nostrils. You know what I'm saying? You know, so what does that look like? Here it is. This is a time and stuff that you ain't seen motherfuckers doing and whatnot and stuff. They put the branch to their nose and whatnot. Black them out, weed. Even though even nowadays and stuff, shit, they got cigarettes and stuff where it's brown, and with the brown at the end, the part that you smoke and stuff, or from the part that you light up and stuff, it'd be brown and whatnot, but you still had that orange, that brown tawny filter. You know what I'm saying? Even if it's just a regular cigarette, it's like, well, it ain't brown though. But guess what? It's talking about they put the branch to the face and whatnot and stuff. What people do, like you can cinnamon sticks and stuff is bark. You know what I'm saying? But when you can eat it and you can bite it, they're not doing this stuff. So if it's staying at the face, they're smoking it. You know what I'm saying? This is what it is. You know what I'm saying? And then even people be like, well, this they're just top papers and whatnot and stuff. But what people do with the top paper stuff, have that big ass bag of tobacco. You know what I'm saying? Chewing it is going off too because it fuck up your gums, right? It makes your gums black, right? Cancerous and shit, right? No matter what the flavor is. And the thing is that you have uh and everybody start walking behind me. You have well the top papers and stuff. People light up a spliff. You know what I'm saying? Oh, I'm using the papers and stuff from the actual plant. Don't matter. It don't matter. Can't do that. Like, shoot, right in with the top papers and whatnot and stuff. You light a split for the stem, the raw papers and stuff. You know what I'm saying? You get it. You know, you see it from the different smoke shops and stuff, or regular shops and stuff. You know what I'm saying? They got the White House or the gas station, 7-Elevens, you know what I'm saying, whatever your stores is, corner stores and whatnot. You got the raw papers. Oh, I'm using it comes from the same plant and whatnot and stuff. But the way you doing this stuff is abomination. And that's crazy. I just see a motherfucking stuff with a cigarette in his mouth ready to come outside. Uh, uh, but the thing is that, that ain't our customs. You know what I'm saying? And guess what? I know it's gonna be people and stuff. They're gonna be celebrating, smoking, having a little party and whatnot, dancing around, cheering. Shit, it was motherfuckers and stuff, dancing like they had the cowboy boots and stuff with the spurs on it. All you hear is click, 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 and you already know they not tap dancers. You know what I'm saying, right? But as you can see, back in that word "op," it says nose or nostril. It says. It says from the rapid breathing and passion and whatnot, smoking. And it says, it says, nose, nostril, snouts, worthy of wrath, right? Right? Because you're destroying yourself, right? So let me go to this. I got no time. The water y'all shine. This is Amos. This is Amos chapter 5, verse 21. Amos 5 to 21. It says, I despise your feast days, and I would not smell in your solemn assemblies. So these whole lot of days, you know what I'm saying, that you are committing, you know what I'm saying, they false, they don't do nothing, and the Lord and stuff doesn't appreciate it, you see? And it says, verse 22, it says, though ye offer me burnt offerings and your meat offerings, because more than likely people going to have food and shit, take out and whatnot and stuff, and be partying, bullshit, grand circus, you know what I'm saying, ooking and booking and stuff. You know what I'm saying, right? And it says, I would not accept them. It says, neither will I regard the peace offerings of your fat beast, meaning celebrations, you know what I'm saying? Because, uh, uh, you know, nowadays and stuff, people eat meat, bread, meat and cheese and stuff on a regular. You know what I'm saying? But usually meat and stuff or a fattened calf will be fattened up and stuff for a special occasion. You know what I'm saying? Well, people are celebrating special occasions now, but guess what? You're doing it for nothing. You wasting meat, you wasting food. You know what I'm saying? This is supposed to be a regular fucking day, but people are celebrating. You see? And it says, and remember, as it says in Psalms 82 and 7, Psalms 82 and 5, saying things, uh, uh, it is right there. This Psalms 82 and 5, it says, they know not, neither will they understand. They walk on in darkness, which the people are. It says, all the foundations of the earth are out of course. So guess what? If they're out of course, then it's not in order. The order and stuff, as it says in Exodus 12, 1 through 2, you know what I'm saying, which was the springtime, you know what I'm saying, that this was going to be the new year. So if Esau switched everything up, it would be in the winter. It would be right now. You see? Remember, Esau and stuff is dedicated to death, not life. You see, and when does life start? In the spring. So this, ain't no way in hell this should be the new year. This ain't supposed to be New Year's Eve. New Year's Eve is when winter is officially over and spring begins. You see, the last day of winter, right? The last day of winter, even though it's a transition, the last day of winter, and then the first day or the beginning of day of spring. That's the new year. That will be the New Year's. It will be New Year, the real New Year's Eve. It will be the real New Year's Eve, the last day of winter, right? And then the first day of official spring, you know what I'm saying? Official spring will be New Year's Day. You see? Right, so I'm gonna go back and finish this off. Amos 5 and 21 again. I despise your feast days, and I will not smell in your solemn assemblies. It says, though ye offer me burnt offerings, your meat offerings, I will not accept them, neither will I regard the peace offerings of your fat beast. Right? And all fives too. And when it come down to that, and stuff, uh, uh, I know a lot of people's peace offerings and stuff is smoking the greatest loud that they have, Kush, Dro. You know what I'm saying? Your mouth will be dry as hell. Uh, uh, um, they gonna be hitting they bongs and they hitters. You know what I'm saying? You know, hookahs and shit. You know what I'm saying? You know, probably putting, the different vapes and whatnot and stuff, and yet they putting other type of cartridges in there and stuff that's not tobacco based. You know what I'm saying? You know, and they gonna be sitting up here, to the Lord, a new year, whatever religion that they in, because this ain't religion, this is the truth. You know what I'm saying? You know, but shit, even false people and stuff who say they believe in the Lord and stuff, and they're false with it. You know what I'm saying? They don't sit up here and go off. And I understand the stuff that's a bad habit and stuff, but shit, if you care about salvation, don't let smoking and stuff fuck you over. Cause you're gonna be mad as hell. And who you gonna have to get mad at yourself? You can't sit up, man, the government should have nah. When that peer pressure came and you sat up here and started smoking, you know what I'm saying, or you seen other people doing it, you want to look cool, you know what I'm saying, you had a chance and stuff to say no. But we all understand the Lord can most definitely put in your spirit and stuff to start smoking. You know what I'm saying? But guess what? You got to make the effort because the Lord said we're more than conquerors. How can we be a conqueror? How can we be a conqueror? It's like, how can we be conquerors if we put no work in it? And the Lord just do everything. You see? So this is Amos. This is Amos chapter 5, verse 23. It says, take thou away from me the noise of thy songs. For I would not hear the melody of thy vows. It says, but let judgment run down as waters and righteousness as a mighty stream. And people don't understand stuff. The very sacrifices that they doing, the very sacrifices and stuff that they doing and whatnot, uh, 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 are gonna bring judgment upon them. And a few of y'all. And then, know your legs cold. They going to Oasis. Gotta be going to Oasis. But the different sacrifices and stuff that people are on, and then celebrating New Year's Eve and whatnot and stuff. You know what I'm saying? It's gonna be a judgment. You know what I'm saying? That you put forth to your building, and guess what? It's gonna keep. Uh, uh, if it's too much stuff to let this shit go, then guess what's gonna happen and stuff? You're gonna build your house on sand instead of building your house on rock. I hope this video was edifying. I'd like to give all honor and glory to Yahweh, Ba'ashem Yahushua, Yahweh HaKadosh, double honors to apostles, a great millstone, and salutations to the elect, which we hope to be Shalom, or Bob, Kwam Yasharala.